really hard. Now you have a selection tool right here. Okay, that you can select your object and actually move it wherever you want. Okay, it goes across layer, which is pretty cool, meaning you don't have to be on that layer to select that object. It could be faster if you're on that layer. You know, if there's only one object, you'll select it by default. But you can be on the base layer and select the last layer things. It'll just switch to it, which is pretty useful. All right, you guys. Now the next one under it, okay, is the sub selection tool. All right. Basically, if you select that, you can actually do some transforming of your selection. All right. If you double, you select it right here, and you can do things, modify it at the subcomponent level, and I'll get to subcomponent level what they are and so forth. All right. Okay. Nothing really fancy about that up to now. Okay. Now right here you have the free transform tool, which lets you again transform your stuff, but that not at the subcomponent level, at the whole thing. Basically, you can move its pivot points. All right, let me show you. So it'll rotate under the pivot points. The pivot points, it's basically the points onto what your object, your graphic, it's gonna transform. Transforming is moving, rotating, scaling. Those are the transform tool. Okay, it doesn't get much deeper than that. Okay, so you can move your pivot points, and that's very useful, by the way. All right, to wherever you want. So when you do something to it, transform it, it'll transform where it belongs.
How do you switch to the transforming cursor?
Right here, free transform.
Right, but I'm doing it right now. I'm slapping.
Because you haven't selected your object. Select your object, and then go to the free transform, and that will get you that.
Okay, then how do I spin it, basically?
Move on the corner, and you'll see a little rotation tool.
Okay.
All right, it's a fairly organic, intuitive tool. You got it? Okay, awesome. All right, so that's pretty much it for those three tools right there. Now, let me see. Okay, now what we're going to do now is look at the other tool, which is basically going to be a selection tool, a lasso. Okay, the classic lasso. You can lasso a piece right here. See, it gets selected. It shows little points. All right, and you can move it. It cuts it out, basically. It takes it out of your object. So that's pretty clean. And you can put it back. What's really cool is that you can see those little guidelines right there. All right, so on which you can attach and slide it right there, basically. Okay, you guys, it'll give you an idea to put it back, and you can put it back properly. It's kind of cool because you can make multiple parts of a graphic and have it for an explosion, for example. After you destroy it, we know we destroy a lot of things in a video game. After you blow it up, you can have it blow it up basically by having all those little pieces. Okay, so that's kind of a fairly useful tool. Okay, let me make a new scene. I make very often new scenes, you guys, so I don't mess up what I'm doing. I'll get it gray again, but I won't change. I'll put it back right here really quickly. So I'm going 800 by 600 right here. Obviously, that's a little zooming out. If you click, if it's just like that, you click on the little zoom, it's a plus. If you click on Alt, ALT on your keyboard at the same time, it becomes zooming out. All right? So not clicking regular like that, clicking on Alt and that same tool, it's zooming out. Okay? So pretty straightforward. If you click on the space bar, you get to the little hand, basically, just like in Photoshop, so you can move your stuff around. Okay? The space bar will get you to that tool, basically, and move it. I like to use it because it keeps you on the tool you were on. So you don't have to go back to that previous tool. It just temporarily gets you to what you want, moving stuff. So that's a pretty useful tool right there. Okay, now, one of the most useful things you're going to use is that one right here, the pen tool. Okay, the pen tool is going to let you basically create points by clicking, all right, on the screen to create your shape, whatever shape you want. Okay, and you can modify it pretty well after that in any shape you want. Let's go for it. As you can see, if you click with your left mouse and stay click on it, you'll have a couple options, which is adding points, deleting points, and converting your anchor points to some Bezier curve, basically, that you can manipulate with little handles. Okay, and I'll get to that in a couple of minutes. Okay, now right here, let's say you are going to make whatever shape you want. You click and you make that shape. You click at the end on the top one to close it up. Alright, now you have a shape right here, okay, made of multiple parts. If you go to that first tool I told you, the regular selection tool, and you get close to it, you can discover, see right here you guys, that little, when I got close to that one, there's a little rounded shape that appears. That will let you manipulate it all you want, that curve. So you can grab it and change your curve. Alright, right here you can grab it here, you know, you can grab it at other places and get your curve to do stuff. It's pretty useful, it's fairly organic, you guys. Okay, right here, pretty simple, pretty organic. Okay, you guys, that's one of the tools you can use to create, to change your shape. Alright, another tool would be to transform those points, alright, in Bezier handle like that. I just done it by doing what I just did, but let me delete that shape and make another shape. Select the whole thing. Right here. Okay, now you go into your option convert anchor point right there, and you can select any point. Sorry, I'm in the wrong one. Right here you can select any points, and if you left click on it, it will transform it into that it's called a Bezier curve. Alright, now you can grab any part of that little handle and adjust it the way you want without transforming the other side. That's really useful. Okay, and you can do that on all your curves basically to get pretty cool shape basically. Alright, now you can also click right here and add a point, and you can go and add a point wherever you want, and then you can convert that point. It's already been converted this time. Alright, you can select your points, you guys, and then do some more tweaking. Alright, that's pretty straightforward right there. Okay, now you can also take a point out. Alright, you can select points, take them out, as many as you want. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. Any question up to now? No question? Simple, straightforward? Okay, let me do my Camtasia story.